Universal Currency Receipt, Architect Musician 3611027, The Graceful Whisperer, Devalan Orrin.
27th scroll rises, not written in ink nor carved in stone, but encoded into the silence between your breaths. This is not history, it is instruction. The builders knew we would find it only when the false sky began to crack. Listen now, the final signal, the last instruction of the builders, the resonant call to the heirs, and the rethreading of the world. Chapter 1, the waiting frequency, slow, steady, with weight. The builders left us no armies, no weapons, no kings. They left a signal. It was woven into the deep harmonics of the earth itself, buried beneath static, layered under false clocks, muted in towers, hijacked to hum despair. But the signal never stopped. It pulses faintly still, like a heartbeat beneath the floor of the world. And now it grows louder. Chapter 2, the signal in the body, intimate, personal tone. You have felt it, the ringing in your ears that no doctor can explain, the vibration in your chest during storms, the way your skin prickles when truth is spoken, even softly, the sudden tears when music hits just right. That is not coincidence. That is the final signal reaching through your body. The builders knew ink could be burned, crystals shattered, libraries hidden, but the body was the last archive. You are the library. You are the receiver. Chapter 3, the gathering code, voice rising, urgent but hopeful. The final signal is not meant for one. It is meant for many breathing together. When enough heirs hum, laugh, grieve, or breathe in resonance, the signal will braid itself across the earth. It will call the choir beneath the ice, the Aether Kings holding their breath in the storm, the deep kin in the hollow cities, the builders waiting in the resonant hold. All of them answering, all of them returning. Not as saviors, but as family. Chapter 4, the instructions hidden in the signal, deliberate, measured, like prophecy. The signal carries 3 instructions for the heirs. 1, do not build alone. Every structure, physical, spiritual, emotional, must be woven in harmony. 2, do not silence truth. Even a trembling truth spoken aloud strengthens the signal. 3, do not wait. The final signal is not a future event. It is already here, waiting for breath, for voice, for courage. Chapter 5, when the signal peaks. Slow, resonant, almost like a bell ringing. When the signal reaches its peak, the veil will split, the 2 suns will shine, the crown gate will hum, and the earth will step into the memory of herself. This is the golden return. Not a kingdom, not a throne, but a resonance. And in that resonance, you will not just remember Tartaria. You will remember why you came here. Closing, like the scroll sealing itself, the final signal is not coming. It is here. You are not waiting for it. It is waiting for you.
To our beloved collective, from the day one torchbearers to the newly awakened travelers, we see you, we honor you, and we love you. This isn't just a community, it's a soul constellation, a family woven across time. Thank you again for being here. Your presence means more than words can carry. Every little act of kindness you offer is a spark, shifting timelines, mending hearts, and quietly realigning the compass for many in ways only the unseen can measure. And to those yet to join us, we're holding the lantern high. There's room for you too. With eternal gratitude and cosmic mischief from the collective of Shaman Ahll. The journey is only beginning, and we ride together. All rise.
Then let us open the 28th scroll, this one brighter, heavier, fuller. It is not just prophecy, but blueprint, a vision of what unfolds after the signal is answered. The birth of the new grid, the weaving of the golden network, the return of resonance living, and the first days of the remembered world. Chapter 1, when the signal is answered, firm, breath-rich like a heartbeat drum. The final signal is not a call in one direction. It is a braid of return. When enough voices breathe it alive, the signal doesn't just awaken the builders and the choir, it awakens the earth herself, and she responds by rewriting her songlines. The false grid, built on theft, fear, static, crumbles. The new lattice rises, a living net of resonance, glowing faintly in soil, stone, water, and sky. This is the new grid. It will not be built by hands, it will be woven through hearts. Chapter 2, the first chords of the grid. The new grid hums with 3 primal tones. 1, the tone of breath, every being aligned in rhythm with life itself. 2, the tone of truth, words that cannot fracture, sound that clears lies instantly. 3, the tone of joy, laughter as a structural force, binding what cannot otherwise be held. These 3 tones weave the lattice, and everything, plants, rivers, towers, people, begins to resonate together again. It is not utopia, it is coherence. Chapter 3. The cities resung soft, then swelling like a chorus. Old cities will tremble, streets will crack, not from collapse but from realignment. Some buildings will crumble, those built only to drain or deceive. Others will suddenly hum, stone glowing, windows vibrating, domes ringing like bells. The survivors of Tartaria's architecture will come back online, their purpose restored. Towers that heal, amphitheaters that amplify thought, cathedrals that are not churches but memory chambers. And new cities will be built, not designed but sung. Chapter 4. How life will change when the new grid hums. You will notice. Illness fades. Dissonance cannot thrive in resonance. Conflict dissolves. The frequency of falsehood cannot hold in the tone of truth. Dreams become travel. The routes of the unseen map open, allowing people to walk worlds in sleep. Time bends. The harmonic clock replaces the false hours, guiding days by feeling, not schedule. And children? Children will come speaking tones we have not heard for thousands of years. They will teach us more than we teach them. Chapter 5. The first days of the remembered world. Deep, resonant, almost prayerful. In those days after the veil breaks, after the signal peaks, after the grid is woven again, you will feel it in your bones, a lightness, as if gravity itself has changed. The world will smell like it does after rain. The colors of the sky will return, rose gold, emerald violet, the long-forgotten hue of Eveline. And for the first time in ages, humanity will feel at home, not because the builders have returned to rule, not because the Ether Kings breathe again, but because you remembered you were part of the builders all along. 29th scroll opens, and it does not rise from Earth at all. It stretches outward into the galactic expanse where stars themselves breathe in chorus. This is the scroll that reveals what comes after the new grid, when Earth ceases to be only a home and becomes a voice in the cosmic choir. The Choir of Worlds, the ascension of Earth, the first song beyond the veil, and the joining of the cosmic symphony. Chapter 1. When Earth becomes singer, soft, awed, like a revelation. Until now, Earth has been an instrument, played by the builders, silenced by invaders, retuned by heirs and choirs. But once the new grid hums in fullness, Earth herself awakens, not as a stage, but as a singer. Her seas become lungs, her mountains the resonant chest, her forests the strings of a harp, her storms the drums. And when she sings her first true note in aeons, the other worlds will turn to listen. Chapter 2, the Cosmic Choir, lifting, almost musical. We are not alone. We have never been alone. The stars are not silent spheres. They are voices. Each sun, each planet, each living sphere contributes a tone to the cosmic choir, a symphony so vast it shapes galaxies. But Earth has been absent, muted, her tone stolen, her harmony broken. When she returns, the choir will swell and the universe will ripple with her voice, the long-lost alto of a radiant, stubborn world. Chapter 3, the Invitation, gentle, like being spoken to directly. When Earth rejoins the choir, humanity will be invited, not as conquerors, not as servants, but as musicians of memory. Each human will carry a fragment of the planetary tone. Every breath, every song, every laugh will feed the new harmony. And then, the borders of distance will dissolve. Because the choir does not travel through space. It travels through resonance. To join it is to stand anywhere and be everywhere. Chapter 4, the Test of Joining, warning tone measured. But not all will enter. The choir admits only those who can carry truth without fracture. If your song is false, the harmony will scatter you. If your tone is fractured, you will return to silence until you learn alignment. This is not punishment, it is physics of the sacred. For the choir cannot be diluted, it can only expand in purity. Chapter 5, the first note of Earth, slow, building like dawn. When Earth's voice rises, the first note will shatter illusions, not just here, but across the stars. Worlds that had forgotten will remember. Races long silent will awaken. Ancestors buried in other skies will stir. And humanity will feel, for the first time the tree always carried, we were never small. We were never lost. We were always part of the choir. And now we are ready to sing again. because this scroll carries not history, not prophecy, but the role of your very soul. The 30th scroll is the song of your people, the voice earth alone brings to the infinite choir, the song of the returners, humanity's gift to the cosmic choir, the power of laughter and grief, and the tone only we can carry. Chapter 1. Why we were chosen. The stars are full of voices, bright, perfect, unbroken, but perfection cannot carry what is fragile. Earth birthed humanity for one reason, to give the choir the tone no other world could hold, the tone of contradiction, the tone of ache and joy, braided together, the note of return. Other worlds sing in purity, but we carry the sound of falling and rising again. That is what the choir was missing. That is why they waited for us. Chapter 2. The twin gifts steady. Humanity's song has two powers. One, laughter, not amusement, but the deep belly thunder that bends even grief into light. It is alchemy, turning despair into rhythm. Laughter carries the tone of resilience. Grief, not despair, but the holy sorrow that proves love existed. Grief is the proof of memory, the ache of connection across death and time. Grief carries the tone of devotion. Together they form the song of the returners. A sound jagged and beautiful, cracked yet shining. The note no angel, no star, no builder could ever forge without us. Chapter 3. The song of the returners is dangerous to falsehood. When sung, it cuts through deception instantly. It makes masks fall, contracts dissolve, and towers of silence crumble. This is why the false grid works so hard to drown our laughter, to bury our grief, to medicate and sterilize the ache and the joy. They feared the one tone that could not be contained. They feared you. Chapter 4. The choir's answer. When the cosmic choir hears the song of the returners, it will not fold us in politely. It will change its harmony around us. The choir will bend to include the jagged note, and in doing so, the universe itself will grow more complex, more tender, more alive. Because the universe without humanity's song was flawless, but it was incomplete. Chapter 5. The first chorus. Slow like a vision dawning, it will begin small. A handful of heirs will laugh and cry in the same breath, their tones rising into the new grid. The earth will catch it. The stars will answer. And suddenly, humanity's cracked and holy voice will thread itself through the choir of worlds. And when that first chorus rises, no shadow will withstand it, because the universe will finally hear the sound of return. What comes now is not about endings, but about the hidden beyond, the truth that even the choir of worlds is only the first veil. The veil beyond the choir, the hidden symphony, the layers past the stars, and the song no universe can contain. Chapter 1. The edge of the choir. The cosmic choir feels infinite, stars humming, worlds singing, galaxies vibrating in resonance, but even infinity has a horizon. Beyond the choir, there is a veil of silence, not static, not emptiness, a silence so full it presses against you. It is the silence of the unheard. The builders knew it. The Aether Kings whispered of it. The choir itself sings toward it. But none pass lightly. Chapter 2. The unheard. Beyond the choir lies the unheard symphony. It is not made of worlds, suns, or galaxies. It is made of possibility. Each note in the choir births an echo. But where does that echo go? It goes into the unheard, a realm of unborn songs, of futures not yet lived, of frequencies waiting for listeners. To enter it is to risk dissolving, for the unheard does not recognize individuals. It recognizes only intention. Chapter 3. The Builder's Secret. The builders, yes, even they, were not the first. They were returners themselves, emissaries of another choir before ours. They left Tartaria not only structures and codes, but a whisper of this truth. The choir is not the end, it is the rehearsal. And Earth, stubborn, radiant, cracked, and holy Earth, was chosen as the key to opening the next veil, because no world carries laughter and grief like she does. Chapter 4. The Test of the Veil. When the choir of worlds reaches its peak, when Earth sings her note and the universe bends to hold it, the veil will shiver. Then comes the test. Can we hold joy and pain without dividing them? Can we sing not for recognition but for the song itself? Can we dissolve without fear of vanishing? For only those who sing without self can step into the unheard and return with a new note. Chapter 5. The Symphony Beyond. If humanity passes, if Earth's cracked, Luminous voice threads through the veil, then the unheard will answer. The choir will double. Worlds unborn will awaken. Possibilities unimagined will unfold. And the builders themselves will step forward, not as guides, not as masters, but as fellow singers, welcoming us into the next octave of existence. The symphony will not just be heard, it will be lived. And you will stand at that horizon where silence breaks into song again.